You know, I was listening to an interview between Fight Hub TV and Bob Arum, and they was discussing Teofimo Lopez's options as far as who he have available or want to fight. And Terrence Bud Crawford name was mentioned. Fight Hub TV asked Bob Arum what do he think about Teofimo Lopez's chances against Terrence Crawford. And of course, Bob Arum praised Bud, but took a shot at him at the same time. And what I mean is, he mentioned the Spence fight that Bud looked so dominant, but there was only one reason why he looked so spectacular. Here's what Bob Arum had to say.
Terrence is a great fighter, but the reason he looks so good with Errol Spence is because Spence can't fight a southpaw. Never could, never would. And to their credit, Crawford and Bomac realized that, and they didn't go right-handed at any time of the fight. They fought him southpaw from the opening bell till they knocked him out, because Spence couldn't fight a southpaw. I mean, you just had to look at his record. He had two southpaws in all of his fights. There were two marginal fighters. What did that tell us? That told us that, or told anybody, that Spence was reluctant to fight a southpaw. So he figured with Crawford, only goes to southpaw usually after he fights right-handed for a while. But Crawford and Bomac are smart people, and they realize that to beat Spence, just go southpaw and stay southpaw. And that's what they did, and they knocked him out.
Now, whether you like Bob Arum or you hate him, the man has a point. Errol Spence only has 2 fights against legit southpaws, not a switch hitter, but straight up southpaws in his career. The first one was against Emmanuel Lardy, and he took Errol Spence to the distance back in 2013. And the other guy was a South African fighter by the name of Chris Van Heerden. Now, Spence did drop him twice in the 7th, and the ref did stop it in the 8th. But outside of that, every other fighter on Errol Spence Jr. records are orthodox fighters. But all that being said, we done heard all the speculation of what has happened with Errol Spence prior to that fight with Terrence Crawford. We done heard him running up the hills in the mountains. The altitude affected him, that he had busted ribs. And I'm not disputing any of that, but it makes me wonder, all things being equal, will Errol Spence being 100% healthy and his lack of experience against southpaw fighters in his professional career, would it have made a difference anyway? True enough, that wasn't the best version of Errol Spence, but fundamentally, I can still see Terrence Bud Crawford beating him. Now, would it be a better performance? I truly believe it would. I mean, you can't get no worse than that. So I thought that was interesting, because it never dawned on me that majority of his fights, Errol Spence that is, was against orthodox fighters. I didn't even know. I had to do some research, and Bob was 100% correct that he only has 2 fights against southpaws in his professional career. And Errol Spence being a southpaw himself, is still something different when you fighting another southpaw. It doesn't mean because you have a southpaw stance and you have an understanding of how the mechanics of a southpaw work because you are one. You still have to get in there and experience different speeds, different footwork, different boxing IQs from another southpaw to get you prepared. And if that was the game plan of Bomac and Bud, that was absolutely genius to come out in a southpaw, because that's what he did the whole fight. So with speculation of a rematch, and it is speculation because nothing has officially been announced yet, I wonder if the decision or the outcome would be different. Just something for y'all to think about. I'm not hating on Earl. The guy's a fantastic fighter, a true dog in the sports, but that was a very interesting take by Bob nonetheless. Let me know what y'all think about that. Comment down below. Like and subscribe, and I'm out.